Hey, welcome to Lakeside Tarot. My name is Tara. Thank you for joining me for today's reading. This reading is going to be for the collective. It may or may not resonate with you. Please use your own discernment to decide what is and what is not for you. Today is Wednesday, November 12th. All right, let's hop right in and see what's going on here. What is going on? What does the collective need to know? We've got round and round. Okay. What else? We've got AI. And we've got November. Okay, so there's some kind of cycles here, some kind of cat and mouse game. We've got spellcaster. So I don't know, someone's definitely trying to cast some sort of spells for sure. They could be using AI to do this. We've got merit making, eternal love, and death. Trap. So someone's trying to get somebody to stay in a cycle. All right. This is a masculine energy who they're trying to keep stuck in a cycle. This could be fear. All right. This has something to do, this also has to do with like keeping you and this person separated from each other. They could be working on this person's, this could be someone who's very private or prefers privacy, and they're not allowed to have it because there's people that are just acting out. All right. There's people acting out. They could be doing some sort of candle magic, death spells. I don't know. They're definitely trying to keep someone in a position to tolerate poor behavior. Feel obligated to that. Protest and fury coming out to clarify AI. All right. Someone could be using some sort of, they were trying to bully you in some way. So this could just be social media, some sort of platforms. They could have been creating things that don't really truly exist, or even using AI to like come up with ideas of how to cause tension, how to cause uh, basically keep control over a situation. They wanted to make someone promise to be their friend. Oh man, it's outrageous. We got reservation, saving, confinement. They want a masculine energy to feel stuck. So they could have been maybe originally trying to isolate you. And they could still be trying to do that, but what they're really trying to do is keep a masculine stuck here. Like they don't have a choice. They have to tolerate this. They have to be friends with this person. Um, they're not able to fight back in some sort of way. This could have something to do with work. Okay, so if this is like within, this is an abuse of power, but say this is within a work environment, then there's a masculine energy who there's an expectation for them to maintain a level of professionalism when it comes to dealing with um, people within the work environment. So if there's bullying, harassing, stalking, anything that's way just should not be tolerated by management, perhaps, this person's forced to stay within limits that if it were outside of that environment, then they would probably handle the situation very differently. Okay. So there's some people here that are mad about a connection. They're mad that someone cares for you. You could be saving money. This person could be saving money, but they hate it. They can't stand it. There's an arrangement to try to ruin this union, maybe try to make you guys feel like you're in danger. Trap. They could have some sort of management on their side, all right, to try to stagnate this union from coming together. I don't know if management is into, like, involved, or just in allowing a situation to happen at a workplace. All right. You got domino effect. The cycle is closed. The relationship is over. Something to do with a church and dirty money. So there could be some kind of sneaky stuff going on in a church environment. Karma. There's people getting karma here. Okay. Religious belief system. Yeah, they could have been hiding behind some sort of religion to justify what they're doing, send a message to the wrong person. Okay. Somebody is worried about your stability. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Karmic divine masculine. So that could be who's involved in this situation. Someone who was calling you. This person could be wanting to reach out to you. You could receive some sort of omen. All right, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your downloads. If and when this person reaches out to you. All right. We've got guide. We've got God. And we'll get one more. This is the archetype deck. And I like to get a quarter out with this one because I want to know if we're dealing with the light attributes or the dark attributes, because they make a difference. Don Juan. And then bottom of the deck here is bully. Okay. All right, let's get into it here. With guide, we've got heads. All right, so this is the light attribute. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. We've got the hermit. Someone's on a spiritual journey. Okay. This is about spiritual wisdom. This can be about isolation, but with a purpose. Okay. Meditation, mind, body, spirit. So this could be referring to you or to someone else. You could be a spiritual guide. A masculine could be a spiritual guide. Maybe both of you could be. Oops. We've got tails here for God. Despotism and cruelty. Using power to control people. Four of Swords. Someone's seeing something. We got Knight of Swords. There's someone who's causing some sort of ruckus in a situation. All right. To isolate a masculine. That's exactly what this is. They could be trying to, I don't know, make someone miss out on opportunities. Maybe they're trying to isolate them from their friends, maybe their family. They could be trying to make someone run away from you. I don't know. They're rubbing friendships, and it's like triangulation and all kinds of stuff. We got tails again, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. 10 of Wands. Someone's feeling under pressure here. There's some kind of documents. We got the Lovers. We got 10 of Coins. And we've got Ace of Cups. Eight of Swords. I feel really bad for this masculine here. They're trying to keep a masculine stuck in their head, trapped, isolated, alone. It's pushing this person into hermit energy, though. Okay? The person who is doing this is very overindulgent. They're well aware of who this is and what is happening. All right? But they're doing this to stop a lover situation. They're being very cruel. Okay. All right. What else? We've got, well, yeah, tails. I was going to say it was heads, but the heads was upside down and it was telling me to flip it again. Conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. And then we'll read the light attributes as well. Highlight your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So you could have someone here who's trying to cause a storm by using verbal or physical abuse. This person's intimidated by you and by your person. That's why they act the way that they do. And there's a need for you and your person both to have gone into hermit mode in order to address these fears, whatever they are. Okay? The Tower, damn. Yikes, something falling apart here. 6 of Coins. Ace of Swords. The Devil. 9 of Swords. Someone's being haunted. Yeah, I don't know. Someone was involved in some really sneaky shit. And I don't know. It's like they may have had some sort of come up for a short period of time, but it didn't work out long term. That could be why this person is intimidated by you and your person, is because you work like at a slow and steady wins the race type of pace, and this person works at I'll rip people off, screw people over, fuck up people's lives, stop things that I don't like, in order to get ahead kind of pace. All right. Very jealous, very impulsive, very abusive. Innocence. Oops, this is not the deck I wanted to use, but there's something about innocence at work. We've got siren call, sexual tactics, gaining attention, lured by temptation. So this could be someone who uses sexual tactics to get where they want. And they also are envious of anybody who has any sort of like true love in their life because of the way they live. SOS, distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. There's a Jezebel that's having a hard time here. Long road, delays, trials, and tribulations, taking the long way. And then we've got heart fog, mixed emotions, unclear feelings, and wishy-washy. Squishy squashy. All right, what else? Queen of Pentacles. Someone was trying to lure you into temptation. That came out a couple readings ago where this person did a lust spell. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I don't even like giving energy to it, but just be aware of this, that there's someone here that wants you in your like energy, okay? But you're coming out as the Queen of Pentacles, so just stay focused on your work. Secrets. Eight of Pentacles. This could be someone that you work with that wants to keep you a secret, that certainly doesn't, they don't, they'll never take ownership over what it is that they do here. Knight of Wands. Yeah, this could definitely be a masculine energy here that uses this wand here to try to cast sexual spells. They could be trying to come in quick because they're trying to hide these secrets. They don't want this coming out that this is what they do. White magic. Nine of Cups. There's something here about needing to stay in very grounded energy. Okay. This person's trying to come in quick. They could be coming in with some sort of offer to move quickly in some direction. They could be trying to set you up too, so be aware of that. We got Divine Partner and Obsessed. This is coming out to clarify long road. Okay, you could be getting tired of this. Your person could be getting tired of this. Could be a very long road as far as dealing with people who are obsessed with you, with ruining your guys' relationship. The Seven of Swords energy. The Emperor, the World. Yeah, your Emperor is closed out of a cycle here. Okay. Hopefully this is the cycle of feeling trapped. False person. Hidden enemy. Yeah, I feel like they weren't sure that this person, Black Magic, this person, this Emperor was having a hard time with their discernment when it came to this other masculine energy. Okay, there could have been a feminine energy involved too that was working with this masculine energy. Yeah, this person's definitely in hermit mode. They're understanding that this was scare tactics here. They could have been unsure when it came to you, if you were involved in, I don't know, a certain lifestyle. Okay. This masculine energy here is trying not to get caught doing what they've been doing. They've been most definitely sending out black magic. This is a broke magician. A broke magician, bound and chained to the devil. Okay? Broke. Four of Wands, the Fool, hater. Someone that hates this Four of Wands, this union. Because the devil doesn't like things that are divine, do they? New? Or does he, or does those entities? They do not. All right. Let's keep going. They were trying to cast illusions over your person, trying to make them think that you're some kind of party animal, that you're into sex and drinking and all that stuff. Unknown caller, stalking, hanging up, unknown numbers. They could have been calling this person and hanging up. They were doing everything they could to try to keep them stuck. Secretive, sneaky, mysterious, hiding information. Pictures, regrets, reminiscing, missing you. And then we have guilt, apology, remorseful, ashamed. All right. Mean female in the reverse, message. Someone sent a message to someone. Or they could have been... it's like fabricated. Some kind of fabricated bullshit. They could have been saying that you were stalking someone. Let me see if I can get... let me get a little bit more here. What is this? Creativity, alchemy, patience. Subconscious. This was in the subconscious. This is a married couple. Okay, they were working together. Working together, trying to cause subconscious blocks for your masculine. Thoughts. Courtship. Courthouse. There's something they weren't telling this masculine. Maybe about some kind of confrontation that you had with them. Okay. Your masculine didn't know the secrets. The secrets. All the information. Okay. Something that could have landed this couple in court. High honor. Privileged lady. Someone's regretting how they behaved, maybe. This was part of their journey. Okay. Someone tried to steal this person's journey, though. They were trying to act as a deter, like almost like a detour. Well, it was a detour, but they were trying to detour this person off of their path. And this person's feeling really regretful for, I don't know, falling for the okie doke, but they were also dealing with very heavy manipulation. This isn't your average kind of shit here. Unexpected income. Change. They want to change something here. Okay. We got family room. This could have something to do with family. Some kind of message at work about someone who was doing this being in bad health. Let's keep going. Someone still cares about you. This is someone that's in love with you, but I don't know. What else? They were pulling back. They were pulling back and holding back and all that because, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I will always say this. Open communication can save a lot of freaking trouble. Okay? Open communication. Truth, honesty, integrity. Even if it's not comfortable, it can save a lot of trouble. Wish list. Desire, longing, yearning. It's like there was a masculine here that wanted to make sure you were who you were before they invested, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that they were dealing with extremely demonic individuals that were intentionally trying to steer this person away from you. So to be able to discern in an environment like that is not very easy. It's a bit of a challenge, but hey, if this person's built for it, then they'll get through it, right? We got eggnog, an offer, opportunity, something new. This person wants to offer you something, okay? We got skating by, proficiency, mastery, effortless. And then we've got ugly Christmas sweater, unpleasant, awkward, embarrassing. Someone's not feeling too good about something here, but let's see. We've got the 9 of Cups. Okay, this is wish fulfillment. Could also be overindulging. Let's get a couple more here. The Emperor. I think this is wish fulfillment here. This person's living more consciously when it comes to their emotions. There's a connection to their emotions that wasn't there before. Okay, so this person may have detached emotionally from the situation and they're feeling very connected to their emotions now. The Tower, because something fucking crazy happened. The Emperor. Something happened to push this person into feeling. Ace of Cups, the Devil. You could have gotten some kind of offer from the Lovers, Eight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, this could have been some sort of competition here, or just you getting other offers, or maybe someone else was interested in you. Whatever it is, it attached this person to their emotions. They're feeling them now. They want to be, the leader of the pack kind of thing. We got Five of Pentacles. They're feeling left out in the cold, and they feel like it's because some other masculine tried to take you from them. Here's the Tower coming out, the Magician and the Hermit. Like I said, this just manifested this person straight into hermit mode. Okay? You guys could have been close to like setting a date or, something, and it's like everything fell apart. Judgment. This person went through an awakening. There's other people feeling left out in the cold. This person had to go on kind of their own journey here for a little bit. We've got Aries energy, Scorpio energy, more Aries energy, Virgo energy. This person wanted to get to the bottom of who you are to them. We got the High Priestess and Eight of Swords. Something here about inner child healing. You may have had to do some kind of inner child healing when it comes to your like confidence. Okay, this could have something to do with some sort of mother wound. Holding yourself back from stepping into your power. Okay, but well, you've already done this, because this is coming out to clarify skating by proficiency, mastery, effortless. You're forging ahead, period, no matter what this shit is that's going on. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. This person feels embarrassed that they were waffling back and forth on whether they were going to give you this offer or not. Okay? They could have had a lot going on. It's like they weren't, because they didn't commit. Not to say that they didn't want to commit, but they were seeing something from a really immature perspective. Or it's almost like, yeah, Eight of Pentacles. They could have been focused on their work and like not seeing the fact that they were going to lose this. I feel very embarrassed. Ten of Swords. Yeah, they got betrayed because they weren't focused. Yeah, King of Pentacles. It's a very grounded individual, someone who's, they are focused on their pentacle. But you get the Ace of Cups, Justice. Sorry, I'm reading something here. It says, by the Queen, a proclamation, now know ye that we are graciously extending our grace and Mary to grant our free royal pardon. All sentences are to be commuted by her Majesty's command. The fuck is this angry ass person? Someone's mad? Someone wanted to like be in control? Someone thought that they were an empress? Three of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Ace of Cups. You could be friends with this person, this emperor. This poor emperor. Oh man. Look at him. This Four of Cups. He's just like sitting out here all by himself. And then there's this dolphin in the back with Ace of Cups, like, hey, I'm back here. Yeah, someone wasn't. There was a King of Swords here that was trying to cast illusions. They were trying to scare this person. It may have, yeah, Eight of Swords. They were trying to scare this person. You know, I don't know. Yeah, clue, hint, evidence, stocking stuffer. Advent calendar, anticipation, preparation, countdown, Christmas lights, glow, radiance, illumination. There's an envious and insecure feminine energy, and there's a narcissistic and manipulative masculine energy. So essentially, there was a masculine who was very focused on their pentacles, on, I don't know. It ended up backfiring on them, I'll tell you that much. It's like a Ten of Swords that they didn't see coming. Spark of life, don't sink into hopelessness and despair, for in your lives a spark of life that is undefeated and unbeatable. You can overcome everything. Your destiny depends upon. Okay? So don't let the fire go out. And then we got, it's coming, something good's coming here. All right? What else? 0707, compromise. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges, express your emotions, and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. All right, so whatever that means. I saw something today on Instagram, because I do go very much by biblical principles. I don't necessarily agree with everything that's in the Bible, but the basics, I do. But I saw something that said that Jesus treats people differently. And it was basically saying, I forget what the first group of people was, but the second group of people was like foolish, that, you know, don't really know any better. He warned those people. The last set of people were wicked. These are people who turned their back, who didn't want to compromise. Okay. And what it said there was that Jesus walked away from them. He didn't, it was something, there's a verse that was basically, when you suspect danger, you take refuge, right? You walk away, you protect yourself, you protect your peace. You don't have to engage with people like that. Yeah, don't let anyone abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you'll be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. All right, so this could be kind of a struggle that you and maybe your masculine had. If you're in divine and feminine and divine masculine energy, the ideal situation is to be able to compromise with people. But if you're dealing with a group of people or even one person who is dead set on constantly chasing wickedness and darkness, you can't do that. And you obviously, you don't want to enable someone's behavior, so you have to make choices to protect yourself and to stand up for the truth. And that's not always an easy thing to do when you're an empath. If you think you're alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interest at heart. We love you. Okay, so remember that your spirit guides are with you all the time. This situation is already resolved. I give any worries, cares, or concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this. Give details of the situation in a divinely perfect way. And then we have prayer will help this situation. So stay close to your spirit guides, okay? I'll share a quick story with you because I think it's important. Typically, I'm the one that gets downloads. I mean, I get them all the time, but typically, like, my family is about the only people that I really talk to about my personal journey and the things that I've gone through and the characters involved and all that stuff. I don't share all that publicly. But yeah, a lot of the times I'll be the one to like get a download in a situation that's, either warning me or encouraging me or whatever. And those downloads, when they're in dreams, are extremely vivid. You can see the color, you can smell, you can feel. It's like, it's not just a dream. You're like, oh, wow, that felt really real, right? So anyways, I've got, in my situation, I've got someone that's trying to infiltrate spaces, and they do it very much in a way that makes it look like they belong in those spaces. And this is someone who has in the past betrayed me. And I've gotten many downloads to use caution and to move another direction. And it was interesting because I called my mom yesterday. And I'm like, I got to tell you what's going on. This and this happened. And my mom said, oh, I had a dream about you and that person last night. And you had bought them 2 shirts, and one of the shirts was green and one of the shirts was white. And she's like, and that's why I did the thumbnail yesterday with the green and white on the shirt, because my mom told me this and I thought it was funny. But she's like, I don't know why I could see the colors in the dreams and all that. She's like, but they were a green shirt and a white shirt, and you FaceTime to them. This is someone I haven't talked to in years. I unfortunately have to see them, but um, she said you called them, you FaceTime them to tell them that you bought them these 2 new shirts, and they answered the FaceTime with kind of like a grin on their face, and then said to you, don't ever FaceTime me again, and hung up. And I said, well, that's interesting that you had that dream, because this is somebody who has pulled these types of tactics on me before, where they'll try to bait me into conversation so that they can flip the script, and try to cover their tracks, protect their reputation, all that stuff. And they have done that in the past. So I'm already weary to begin with, but I'm also, ideally, I'm a peacemaker. So I'd love to be able to make amends with someone. But anyways, I was like, well, I'm glad you shared that with me, because I need to know that information. I take that into consideration, because the way this person's infiltrating my space now is almost making it look like they want to, or that they're willing to compromise or to make amends in some type of way. But that's just reminding me that I have to continue to hold up my boundaries and not let that side of me take control, where I slip up and find myself in some sort of trouble, when I haven't done anything wrong. So anyways, I'm just sharing that just so you know, like, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the signs. I personally loved that my mom was the one that had the dream, because I was like, thank goodness, because I share these things with you and sometimes I feel like I'm crazy. You don't want to feel paranoid. So it was nice for a change for her to actually be the one to have the dream. All right, our closing message is Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. The Drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the Drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. It will become clear as you leave port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none to where you are destined to go. But be sure that you do have a compass to keep you true. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even if your own beliefs, even of your own beliefs and preconceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the drifter. Here you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness is an underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without your having to search for it by simply being instead of frantic doing. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The drifter helps you find what you are looking for, even when you didn't think you were seeking anything. Okay. So this is almost about, letting, trusting the universe, falling into the universe. Let yourself get out, have a good time. Do something outside if the weather's permitting, because, it'll be winter before we know it, and then we won't be able to go outside. So, anyways, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please press the like and subscribe button, comment below, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you during the next reading. Take care.